Welcome back, guys. Nelstylee here with a new knife review. Not a new knife though, but it's pretty much a Hall of Fame value EDC folder. The knife I'm talking about is the Spyderco Delica 4 FFG. And I'm being interrupted for one of my knife reviews. Yes, Miss Nelstylee?
I need help.
You need help. I'll be right back, guys. Miss Nelstylee just came in here and needs some help, so the blade is going to do the work. The handle material is FRN. Cheaper material, but they've done this grippy, like reptilian looking scale stuff. It works really well. It's lined with very thin stainless steel liners. VG10 blade steel, excellent blade steel. It comes extremely sharp. And I actually haven't had to sharpen it once, and we'll do a little paper cutting test. And I've been carrying this now for, I don't know, a year and a half. And I mean, it ends up being one of those blades. It's so lightweight. It comes in at 2.5 ounces. And you'll just, a lot of times I swear, and you're running out the door, this is one of those knives, a lot of times I'm just like, yoink, because I just have to grab a blade real quick. And I leave this one lying around all the time. And it's got four, you can do tip up, tip down, or left or right. And again, I'm a lefty, so it's great for me. Pocket clip, standard spider clip, very good. Fairly deep carry, and excellent blade shape. It's a little bit of a drop point. It's their leaf shape blade, and this blade length is coming in at 2.8 inches, and they got the good, fairly decent, deployment hole, the typical good Spidey hole, the thumb ramp, which is awesome. Their jimping's just outstanding. It's a lockback, which doesn't bother me at all. I like lockbacks a lot, but you can still close this with one hand. And a lot, I usually don't. I usually just will drop my thumb down and push it, or I just put it against my body like usual and just fold it over my chest to the side of my leg. I don't remember where I saw this, but I've been doing this on my Spydercos, not all of them, but if you might have noticed this right here. And this is a zip tie, and it's attached to the Spidey hole, and for utilitarian use, and not even for defensive use. I mean, I know this blade's not necessarily something you'd want to fight with, but again, I always say something is better than nothing. That's a true statement. You put this on there, and I've gone through a couple that have broken or whatever, but I found one. I just happened to end up having one lying around, or I saw somebody, I took one from somewhere, and it matched the blade. But basically, this can catch when you open it. You just got to remember that it's on there, and right when you open it, the blade's slung out and it's open. And that full flat grind is beautiful. I think I picked this knife up for just about $65. I will tell you, my one warning about this blade is, maybe Spydercos in general, this is the only one I've done it to, don't take it apart. I took this thing completely apart, and it was a pain in the ass to get back together. I mean, it wasn't that bad. It kind of was a pain in the ass, and I'm sure the more you do it, the better. But those, I don't know if it's you guys can correct me if you know, if it's bronze liners or copper, the little liners in here in the blade, and those are so fragile, and just the tiniest bit of pressure can bend those and can mess with the centering and the opening and closing of the blade and all that. But it was just, taking this whole thing apart. The spring mechanism there is pretty tough. So you got a little lanyard hole through here. Again, to touch on the weight, it's so nice and light, you forget it's there. And 2.5 ounces, man, that's nothing. And you're getting a 2.5 or 2.5 inch cutting surface, and that's great. I mean, Usually I don't like to carry less than 3.5, you know, more like 4-inch. For what this is, it's awesome. Also, it's great in the hand, and it's just super comfortable. You know, you got always just the ramp there. It's kind of, you know, like the shape there, you can kind of get tucked up underneath there if you want, and you can really even come up underneath that blade or underneath and grip in right there if you want to. First paper test, Nelstylee, here we go. Never sharpened, a 1.5 years, and the blade's still fairly sharp, but we're going to just see how sharp this is. So let's see here. Oh, see if it's catching there. Oh, that front part of the blade. Not doing so hot. Maybe it's, well, looks like there's some, well, that was good. Okay, so you can tell I'm not awesome at the paper test, but when it looks like I got to get the angle right, huh? It's cutting really well. I'll touch it up. The point is, 2 years, 1.5 years, 2 years, and it still can just right angle, slice through paper, and cut the hair, shave the hair off your arm. How would I rate this blade? For EDC purposes, you know, there's always types of different blades, and it's like, how would you rate them? For just a great standard, you know, your food prep, eating knife, box cutter, whatever, cutting fabric or anything, and the value, this is going to be, I give it a 9. A 9 for value, everyday carry folder. Guys, I want to thank you all for subscribing, and to all my subscribers who've stuck with me so far in the beginning of making these types of outdoor videos and stuff. And if you enjoyed this review, if you have any certain requests, let me know, and please subscribe. And thanks a lot, guys. Nelstylee out.